of the Appropriations Committee, Ms. DeLauro.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
I thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the gentlelady for yielding time. Today, Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. They struggle with the high cost of living and wages that are not rising fast enough to keep up. But instead of addressing the real challenges that face American families, our Republican colleagues are wasting time with messaging bills. The gentleman on the other side of the aisle may recall that in a recent continuing resolution, he voted against $1 billion in aid to Israel. The gentleman from New York voted against $1 billion increase in aid to Israel. If we defeat the previous question, I will bring up H.R. 17, the Paycheck Fairness Act, to ensure women are paid fairly for their work. On average, a woman still earns only 84 cents for every dollar that a man makes, according to the American Association of University Women, and the disparity is even worse for women of color. The pay gap exists in every state, regardless of geography, occupation, education, or work patterns. This is not just a problem for a few years out of a woman's career. It is a systemic disadvantage that compounds over a lifetime. This gap can put women hundreds of thousands of dollars behind in earnings over their career, and in turn, severely reduce the amount they receive from Social Security, pensions, or investments after their working years are over. That puts more strain on working families and our safety net as a whole to support them in their older years. Unequal pay is not just an issue of fairness, it is a major economic burden on families across the country. America is in a cost of living crisis for many reasons. Families are living paycheck to paycheck. They can't pay their bills, they can't put food on the table, they can't get the health care they need for themselves and their families. So, this cost of living issue, if you continue to deal with unequal payment for women in our workforce, it only adds to economic insecurity. The pay gap persists because of loopholes in the Equal Pay Act. The Paycheck Fairness Act fixes those loopholes by mandating better data collection, protecting employees against retaliation for discussing wages or salaries, removes obstacles to lawsuits that challenge systemic discrimination. In short, it gives the Equal Pay Act the teeth that it needs to get the job done. At the end of the day, it is really this simple. Men and women in the same job deserve the same pay. It's true in the House of Representatives, not true pretty much everywhere else in this country. If we truly believe that, we should act on it, take the cost of living crisis head on today. Urge my colleagues to oppose the previous question and the rule. I yield back.
I reserve.
The gentlewoman from New Mexico reserves. The gentlewoman from Minnesota is recognized.